Welcome to a J400 training, section 1. In this section we'll see how to install the software and we'll get an overview of the system functionalities. We start with installation. Okay, done. At the first time we'll be prompted about selection language. Okay, this is the main page of the software. As you see in this point, the software is searching for an ECU. Now there is no ECU connected, so the software will made a full selection of full checking of the serial port. It could be Bluetooth ports or serial link interface. And if the software doesn't find any ECU, we'll switch to offline mode. Now we connect an ECU. To make another search of the ECU, you have to click here with the left mouse button. Okay, now is checking data and retrieving data from ECU. Okay, at the first connection of a new ECU, it will be prompted about the kind of kit that so we have to choose a configuration. For example, we have two configurations, one for LPG and one for CNG. We will make an example with LPG. And so the default values will be stored in the ECU. Okay, now we are connected and the default values are stored in. There is no update available. In this case we have the latest firmware on the ECU. As you see here, ECU firmware is the one that is stored in the ECU, and available firmware is the one that is included in the software package. There is no last access here because the ECU is new, and the kit is the AT09 LPG kit. One thing about the connection button is that you can make a full search of serial communication ports when you click with the left mouse button, but if you click with the right mouse button you can choose which port to use. For example, USB port. And the same thing about the languages. You can select the languages by clicking clicking with the left mouse button here. So you can change. In this case we can switch from Italian to English, for example. Otherwise you can click with the right mouse button and select the language that you want. Now we have a little overview of software functionalities. Here we have auto calibration, that is the main process that has to be done at the first connection with the ECU. And we will see in the detail after. And we have a mapping section. Here we change the calibration of the car after the auto calibration. We can manage the map of the car. We can manage the adaptivity. We have two kind of adaptivity modes. We can select if in some condition we need to switch to petrol, for example on idle or at full power, and we can see if when we can change some other parameters about that changes the carburation of the vehicle. Here we have the adaptivity section of the OBD that is available only in 48 pins ECU and not in the 32 one. Okay, and after this we have a configuration section when we can reset the ECU to default parameters, changing the kit that we have selected before, changing cylinder, injectors and so on, but a part of this selection will be asked in auto calibration section, so we will see in the detail after. We can change sensor, and we can connect lambda sensor here and so on. And we have a diagnosis section here with error management and some kind of useful utilities to check if something is going wrong with the ECU, information about working time, and a little logger that can be useful for checking some kind of problems in the ECU, but we will see after. And for last, we have file management. We can save and load configuration from the ECU.